everybody. Happy Monday. I'm back. I'm feeling much better. Not quite 100% yet, but I am back and ready to hang out with you guys again. Welcome to my broadcast. And once you hop on, say hi in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from. I am in Central Kansas. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Couture. I am live in 3 locations this evening. I'm using an online platform called StreamYard. So I'm live on my business page. I'm live in my Facebook crafty group, and I'm also live on my YouTube channel. So if you hear me refer to a comment that you may not see in your feed, that person may be watching from a different platform. So I just wanted to let you know. Also, if you're watching from my Crafty Collab group, if you wouldn't mind giving StreamYard permission to access your profile name, otherwise you show up as Facebook user in my comments. But if you just click that link, StreamYard, it will allow StreamYard access to your profile name so I know who I'm talking to. Before I get started, I am going to grab a cough drop because I can feel a tickle coming on. My apologies if I snot and snort and cough, but I'm on the tail end of whatever I've had, and so I get a little choked up from time to time. I see that Amanda is on. She's also watching from Kansas. We're both from Salina. Hello, Amanda. So we're going to be using a silkscreen reusable transfer from Chocolator. And I apologize if it sounds like I have cotton in my mouth, but a cough drop is a necessity. Hello, Jason, from the other side of the door. So this is a silkscreen reusable transfer from Chocolator. It is sticky back, so it will adhere itself to your surface, which helps with bleeding. It is reusable about 8 to 12 times, depending on how well you take care of it. This one is a size B, so it is normally $14.99. This one is True Love Was Born in a Stable, but we're just going to use Joseph, Mary, and Baby Jesus. But because this is reusable, I want to make sure before I get started that I put the name of the transfer on the back, and this one is called, actually it's called In a Stable. And I'm putting the name on the back of the transfer. That way, once I'm done and I'm cleaning all my transfers, I know that this transfer goes on this backer sheet and that this is the back of the transfer. Sometimes it gets a little confusing and you don't know which one is which, and then you don't know which side is the back and the front. So we'll be using this a little later, but I'm going to put it to the side. I'm also using our house cutouts. So these come in a package of 2, and they are white, they're sandable, they're paintable, they're stainable. You can decoupage on them. We've used decoupage napkins on them before. So I'm going to be using at least 1, maybe 2. And I'm also using our chalk paste. And right now I'm using the black velvet. And I have actually watered it down here with some distilled water. And I've gotten it to about an acrylic paint consistency. And I'm just painting with it. The nice thing about using the paste to actually paint with is that they dry super quick and it cleans up really easy. So I've just got it to kind of an acrylic paint consistency, and I'm just using one of the brushes from the artist tool set, and it goes on super smooth. So I'm just using long strokes to kind of reduce the amount of brush strokes that I have. I tell you, this stuff is fun to paint with. It just goes on super smooth, it dries super quick, and you don't have to buy any additional colors, just what you already have in your stash. And it's a great way to use it up. And I'll probably just do one side, although with these house cutouts, you can use both sides. So we've got that one painted. This one looks pretty good. I think I'll put another coat on it. Just to make sure it has good coverage. So how is everybody today? Did everybody have a good weekend? If you're in Salina, did you happen to go to the Christmas parade this weekend? Is anybody doing any traveling for the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday? I've missed you guys terribly. I have no idea what's going on. I haven't talked to you in like a week. We've just been on survival mode here. Some days we've barely functioned. Amanda says that Oliver said he had a great day at school. That's awesome that you had a great day at school. That's amazing. Good job, Oliver. High five. Okay, so I'm going to let this one dry. Or I'm going to dry this one. Yeah. I don't know if you can see that one dry on camera, but it just dries super fast. You're very welcome, Oliver. So that one's dry. So what have you all been up to this past week? Okay. This one looks good. This one needs, I've got a few more little spots that I've missed. Just going to add a little bit of water. Getting ready for a 5-day weekend. Woohoo! I know Jason took my husband took the whole week off. I'm so jealous. So he's got a long week. But he needed it. We're headed to the big town of Larned on Thursday and Friday. But it'll be fun to see my mom and dad. And I'm excited. In Larned, they the whole time I was growing up there, we lived like a block from the water tower, and they always would light it during the holiday season, and it looked like a crown. Well, about 7 or 8 years ago, OSHA shut it down. Well, it needed repaired, but OSHA said they couldn't repair it because it was really old and unsafe. But they were able to raise the money, so they started a capital campaign just this past year, and were able to raise enough money to fix it correctly. And the cool thing is, my parents live about a block from the water tower, so you can always see it out there south porch door. And so there's a lighting ceremony on Thanksgiving to relight the crown. I know it sounds silly, but that's just one of my childhood memories, and it's weird not seeing it lit up. You always knew you were home because you could see the crown. Okay. A few more. Got some little white spots up here where it didn't get into the grain. Okay, let's try those little spots. Okay. That's done. Okay, so let's move that out of my way. Let's move this cardboard. Okay, so now since we've painted those, you need if you're working with either raw wood or painted wood, you want to wax the surface, and one that fills in any uneven ridges and little pits in your wood, but it also keeps the transfer from sticking so hard that it may just stretch or distort. So you just need to use a little layer of wax, and you can use either Chocolator's surface wax, or you can also use just finishing wax from Minwax. And I kind of go back and forth between which one I use. My surface wax is a little hard, so it doesn't spread as easily, but I'll use it anyway. So you just want to wipe it on and then kind of wipe it off. Oops, without leaving all my fingerprints behind. So now I'm just going to kind of buff it in off so that I got it on there pretty good. It's also going to keep my, the wax will keep my transfer from hopefully pulling up any paint or wood fibers. So it's just a good idea to prepare your surface so your transfer doesn't stick as easily. Have any of you taken a peek at this week's Black Friday deals from Chocolator? This week it is size C, D, and E size transfers, which would be transfers size 12 by 18, 18 by 18, and 18 by 24. And I believe those, they're 40% off. Some are current, some are retired. There's also a mystery box, a mystery pack that has 10 C, E, and D size transfers. The value is like, I believe that its retail value at $260, and you get it for 75% off at $69. And I haven't checked to see if it's still in stock, but we'll look at the specials after a while. Okay, so both of my cutouts are waxed, so we're going to bring our transfer back in. And we're going to be using our bright white paste. And get a couple of squeegees out. And I'm not going to be using the whole transfer. I'm just going to use Mary, Joseph, and Jesus, and maybe the star if I can. So I'm going to peel it off. I'm going to peel the backer sheet off. If you guys could see my craft room, it is a disaster. Okay, so when we're using transfers for the first time, not only am I waxing because I'm on a wood surface, I'm also fuzzing because it's a new transfer, and I just want to get a layer of fuzz onto the back side. So again, it's not so sticky that it pulls or distorts when I pull it up, because if it stretches, then it may not work properly the next time I go to use it. So I'm just putting it on a terry cloth towel, and I'm just pulling up lint. You could also use your shirt, do it that way. You could use your pants. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so again, just gonna, I don't think I want it all the way down either, because I think I want to add some embellishing to it. And I may try to pick up some of these little stars. I'm just going to have to remind myself not to do. Hey, Bonita, how are you? Welcome. So I'm using the house cutouts, and I've painted 2 of them black. So we're going to do kind of a farmhouse nativity scene. I painted them with chalk paste that I watered down. So I have it right here that I watered it down, and I put 2 coats on, and then I've waxed my house cutout. So I'm just going to dip my squeegee in the chalk paste. Probably have way too much. And then I'm just going to run it down the silkscreen material. So we're just doing Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus. So I'm just pulling it down the transfer, and I'm covering up all of that silkscreen material. And I think I'm going to try to pick up some of these stars. I can just put my excess back in the jar. So there's that one. And I think I'm going to try laying it back down on the next one without cleaning it. Although, yeah, I'm going to give it a whirl. Yep, that's about where I want it, I think. So I'm just going to kind of gently wipe it down, and then once I add my chalk paste, that's going to help lay it down some more. Oh, let's put that out of the way. Sometimes you can get away with not cleaning it before you lay it down somewhere else. So now I'm just trying to even out all of my... Hi, Ashley. How are you? I'm back, everybody. So excited to be back. I missed you all. I missed hanging out with you. Okay. Okay, I think that might work. Let's see if this one worked. Yep. But I'm still not quite done with the transfer because I still want to add the star. But so I'm just going to lay it down right here. But let's get these two dried. Ashley says, I'm doing good watching your oldest play basketball on TV. So did they live stream the game? I remember you said last night this was her first game. I hope she gets a W. It looks pretty slick, doesn't it? I can't take credit for the idea. I saw another designer do it. And I thought, darn it, I can steal that idea. You think that the True Love Was Born in a Stable would make a cute shirt? It would. If I ever get around to scheduling any more classes, I could make her a shirt. Benita says you should see the gnomes my daughter made with the stencils. I'd love to see those. You'll have to send me a pic. Well, good. I'm glad the game's going well. Okay. Those are dry. So now I'm going to bring my backer sheet in just to kind of, I'm going to lay this down so I can kind of hide most of my mess, but leave that star exposed. Oh man, got chalk paste on the back. Here I am back making a mess. Okay, so let's, oh, I got stuff everywhere. Let's get a Q-tip because I was a dingbat. I have a few extra blobs that are not stars. Yeah, it's taking my paint off. But they'll just have to be extra blobs. We're definitely down for another shirt class. I wasn't aware of my surroundings and got a little bit of paste on the back of my transfer, and then it got all over my cutout. Okay. And I made a mess. So I'm just going to add the star at the top. Kind of bled a little bit. But I can fix that one. Okay. So I'm just going to wipe it off. It's doing good till we got to the star. I'm just making a royal Rastafarian mess. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up as best as I can. snag a little bit of paste. I don't need a whole lot. I'm going to have to clean up that jar. It's messy. Okay, that one looks better. Okay, I'm going to stick that in my water. And then let's dry these stars. Nice. I wondered if you would catch my Rastafarian Cool Runnings reference. I really messed this one up. I might have to retouch this one up a bit. Okay, let's put these to the side. And I'll get it out. Throw that away. Get out my towel. Bring my tub over so I can show you how easy peasy it is to clean a transfer. I normally just take these to my utility sink, but for the sake of convenience, I just bring a tub in when I'm doing lives or when I'm doing a lot of projects. And then I don't have to run back and forth to my sink. So I'm just kind of scrubbing it on the bottom of my tub. And then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take my board eraser and get it wet. And then I'm just going to wipe all that paste off with this board eraser. And it gets most of it. I'm going to move my tub. So I'm going to get the rest of it. And my stars are clogged up. So then I'm going to flip it over. And then I'm going to grab a disinfecting wipe. And I'm going to wipe off the back. And I'm going to try to get where these stars are clogged up. So I'm just getting the back cleaned off. And then there's a few spots that still have paste in it. Okay, so this wipe will help take off some of that lint that we put on. And I do think it kind of helps wick some of that water away as well, which seems kind of funny, but it seems to help dry it off. Okay, so then I'm just going to grab my backer sheet. You can leave it laying sticky side up for about 5 or 10 minutes, sometimes 20, depending on the size of your transfer. But I just put it right back on the backer sheet because I tend to forget. And then it's a week later and I haven't put it back on the backer sheet yet. So now it's ready to store away and it's all clean and ready to go. Okay, so let's bring our cutouts back in. I'm going to bring in a small paintbrush and see if I can touch up some of these spots. I will probably screw something up because where I wiped it off, I don't know if you can see where I wiped it off, it kind of took off some of the paint. We'll see. This may not work. This may make it look worse, which is usually the case. Okay, let's see what that does. Alright, you can totally see why I did that. You know, this one will be mine. I'll take the other one to CJ's. Okay, so now we'll just add a little bit of embellishment. So I think I'm just going to wrap some twine around the bottom. Tie it tight. Put my finger there. I didn't get it very tight. And then we'll make our little bow. So we've got the left. We've got my tail. And then you've got your left bow, right bow, left bow, right bow, left bow, right bow. And then our other tail. Come on. Whoops. Somehow that ended up upside down. Trim off our little tails. And there's one. Cute little simple nativity scene. So we'll do the other one. Oh, and I forgot, so I was going to sand the edges. Thanks, Amanda. Again, I can't take credit for it, but I can certainly replicate it. I'll make this one a little smaller. I think it ended up too big. So we've got our left bow, right bow, left bow, right bow, left bow, right bow, and our tail. Okay. So there is our second one. So now we've got two simple, cute nativity scenes, but let's sand it. So let me grab my trash can. And I'm just going to sand the edges. Be sure to get those corners. And I'll show you the difference. So let's get the bottom. I don't know if you can see the difference. Thanks, Jason. So here is unsanded, and here's sanded. There's just something, it just looks finished for some reason. So we'll go ahead and sand that one. Oops, I don't want to throw my sander away. Okay. There's those. I'm going to grab, I did make a few things this weekend. I'll show you one of them I made, and I still have a couple of things left that I could maybe show you how to make this. So this is what I made this weekend. This is the deer from the Welcome Signpost add-on transfer, and I just did it on some fabric, and it's in a embroidery hoop, and then I just added some cute little felt florals that I made. So yeah, I made a couple of those, and I think I still have materials to make a couple more, so maybe that'll be one of my projects for next week. So I'm going to share my screen. Thanks, Amanda. And then I'm going to show you some of the transfers that are on the Black Friday special. Okay, you can see that. Okay, so if you go to my website, chocolator.com/robin's egg blue creations, you can go to this big black banner right here and just click on it. You can also come up here to this menu, and you can hit shop, and you can hit specials, and it gets you to the same page. So this is that $69 Mix It Up mystery pack. So there's 10 C, D, and E size transfers. I believe most of them are retired. So it's like a $260 value for $69. But here are the deer cut, the deer patterns. This cute Beware Happy Halloween. This is a current one, and I have this in my stash. I should probably do a project with it. The Snow Rider Sled Company. Simplify is a current. The stackable house cutout. So this transfer is made for the house cutouts that we use this evening. And so you'll see those are normally, are they normally $23.99 for a C size? Yeah, that's about right. Modern font. I should have gotten this when I put in my order this morning, but I didn't. I forgot. Good Eats. I think we've used that one. Remember, the truck cutouts are 30% off throughout the month. These little sassy sayings like "chop it like it's hot," "life is short, lick the bowl." Those would make really cute Christmas gifts, like on hot pads or dish towels. Love lives here. Those would also make cute towels. Hey y'all. The farmhouse tile. The jack-o'-lanterns would be really cute to pick up for next Halloween. And that one is is an 18 by 24. Then I think that one's normally $39.99. Cute little Halloween transfers, a 4th of July transfer. The welcome signpost. This one is the one I used it to make mine, and it is retired. And it comes with a really cute sunflower. There's a couple of surfaces that are at a really great deal. The Odette board, the burlap board, this reclaimed diagonal board, that's a really nice board. And then the Sylvie frames are both reusable. So this would be a great way to get a surface and a couple of transfers at a really great deal. This Gothic Trick or Treat is really pretty. So then you've got this Victorian skull, which is really cute. These are fun. These would make cute pillows as well. Spine chilling, if you saw me do the little upcycled snack container, this was the transfer that I used. I think it's adorable. It's one of my favorite transfers. You Are My Sun, My Moon, and all of my stars. A little surf club, the banner refill pack, the Marrakesh transfer, which has been retired for a while. You've got some farmhouse transfers, the tractor if you're into that. Excuse me. This Hello one has about 5 different sayings. And then the 21 by 29 hanging banner. I didn't see that one earlier. This one, there's no place like home, or you can make home sweet home out of it. Here's a large Grayson board. This one's one of my favorite, this Happy Halloween. And then Darling transfer. It's really cute. So those are what some of the specials are. Let's stop. We'll go back to here. So those are the Black Friday specials. Those will be on special through the end of the month or as supplies last. So pick some up. Those would make great gifts. Those would also be great to purchase to make gifts. So again, we made our little farmhouse nativity scene. I will be back live again Wednesday. So I will see you on Wednesday. Have a great evening and have a great rest of your week. And if I don't see you before Thursday, have a happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching.